Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Amirul Haziq bin Rusli.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Syami Hadi bin Nasaruddin. My mantic number is 2019400618.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi, my name is Afis Ahmad Sulaiman 2019271056.
Today, my friends and we will be talking about the productions of washes. Firstly, we will talk about the best manufacturing process to make this product, and then we move on to the flow process from the raw ingredients up until the finished process. Then we move on to the advantage and disadvantage of the process, and finally the possible defects when doing the fabrication process. Let's not wait any longer and start our video. Firstly, what is washer? Washer is a machine component that is used in conjunction with screw fasteners such as bolt and nut that usually serve either to keep the screw from loosening or to distribute the load from the nut or bolt head over a larger area. Another example that I can give is skateboard trucks. Between the trucks and the wheel there is washer to prevent the wheel from getting destroyed because of the friction that happens when skateboarding. The most suitable manufacturing process is stamping process. The primary method of the production of washer is stamping. It used to convert flat metal sheets into specific shapes, and complex process that can include a number of metal forming technique such as blanking, punching, bending, and piercing. In the making of washers, we will use punching technique. There is a few types of washer. Firstly, wave, tooth lock, split lock, spherical, flat, countersunk, and many more. The process of making washer is quite easy to understand. Firstly, we need to recycle iron ore in order to get pure iron. Iron is extracted from iron ore in a huge container called a blast furnace. Iron ores such as hematite contain iron trioxide. The oxygen must remove from the iron trioxide in order to leave the iron behind. Reaction in which oxygen is removed are called reduction reaction. Once we get the pure iron, we add 0.2% of carbon and some amount of brass to make mild steel alloy as the raw material. Then we put our raw material, which is mild steel alloy, into rolling machine to get our thickness as per required for washer thickness. We move on to the punching die and set the punching die as per the required internal and external diameter of the washer. After setting up the punching die, we then feed the mild steel alloy sheet into the punching machine. As per the use of number of die per stock, equal number of washer will produce. Interesting facts: using magnet MS washer, which is mild steel washer, can easily separate from other waste non-metallic material, and then in open hearth furnace it melted up to 1600 degrees Celsius temperature, and removing impurities, it is ready to use for another required purpose. Mild steel washer manufacturing for main machine to use the hydraulic press. This type washer to make properties to have required for the material they have below it. Washer material is high durability and high shock absorption capacity, which is why it uses in a lot of applications such as skateboard, cars, and even machine. Approximate time for manufacturing this washer is 1.5 days for sheet making to production of piece. In this video, it will show to you the quick overall process of making washer from the rolling the material up until the punching die. This is punching die machine. As you can see, it punches a lot of washer at one time. And right now, this is the rolling machine where it decreases thickness of the sheet into the desired thickness. This video shows how to punch a sheet metal manually, and the metal that I'm using right now is 1.2 mm aluminum steel, which is the thickness, and right now it's set to 5 mm inner diameter, and right now it's being punched to the center of every sketch circle one by one. Then after all the inner diameter has been punched, it's time to punch the outer diameter of 12 mm. This is the product after the metal being punched through the punching die. This is the most basic illustration of punching process, where the left and the right side is the die and there is a gap of clearance in the middle, and then the shaded part is the workpiece, which is the metal sheet, and once the punch goes through pieces, it will create a scrap, which is the product. In our case, is the washer.
There are a few safety procedures that we need to take note when using stamping machine. First, locate and ensure that you are familiar with all the machine control. Second, inspect all cord and plug connected on regular basis. Third, do not use damaged or defective equipment. 4. Ground and secure electrical outlet. 5. Provide ground fault circuit interrupter in damp or wet condition. 6. The workstation must always keep clean. 7. All tools and equipment must be placed in clean and dry place.
After the introduction for the process stamping, which is the process for the washer, now we move to the advantages and disadvantages. So for the advantages for the stamping process, which is the process for the washer, first is cost efficient. Stamp process is fast because it demands considerably little labor as well as machine operation. This is why nowadays it is considered to be the most cost efficient techniques accessible to form metals. In addition, this method allows manufacturing largest product quantity, so this process can make many products in the same time. So next is top quality. Stamping method provides top quality despite the fact of cutting many parts together. So like before I say, for the cost efficient, even the process to make the washer can make many washer in the same time, but the quality is good as well as any type of metal. So next is automation. Metal stamping provide high automation and make it possible to integrate subordinate procedures such as stamping in the stamp, welding in the stamp, automated nut insert, and more like that, because this make the total value of stamp piece rise. So next is we move to the accuracy. Metal stamp technique is unbelievably detailed and composite. It appears to be the most accurate way to treat any tough and intricate shape. In general, there is no need for the part processed through stamping to machine on more to gain proper tolerance. So next is simple operation. This technique demands fewer effort and lower range of skill from worker. So next is disadvantages. First is short-term production, and next is low-scale production. This technique claims to link in advance, and this make low-scale and short-term production costly and inefficient. And next is the less stronger. This process will make the metal less stronger from the other machine, so it will be cost break if we use the washer long period. So in addition, the development and manufacture of equipment requires long period of time, and in case of any charge necessity extra expense, and hardship in modifying the equipment make rise. So that's it for the advantages and disadvantages for the stamping process for the washer.
This is the possible defect that could happen when making this stamping process. Okay, what is defect? Defect means the error of the design or production of the product. This can be defined as undesired irregularity of the metal casting process. Some of the defect can be tolerated or some of it need to be repaired. The type of this defect that could happen when making this process is three, which is springback, wrinkles, and also split. Number 1. What is springback defect? Springback defect happens when the unexpected shape change takes place after stamping is complete. Springback defects are caused by elastic lesion of the given material stress-strain curve, whereby the material is strained but then relaxed according its elastic characteristic. To solve this springback defect, multiple strategies may be required, but the most common strategies is overbend or compensate the forming tool shape to counter the springback defect. However, this method alone may not be successful and sometimes more effective methods are required, such as inducing positive stretching to increase part strength such that the product becomes stiffer and stronger than the original material, which leads to a reduction in springback. Second is wrinkle defect. This defect occurs when the sheet metal stamping process produces comprehensive strain that push the material together. This problem can be solved by stretching or drawing material instead of forming without any binders. The third defect that could happen is split defect. This defect happens when strains make the material is too thin. This will happen if the strength of material is beyond the material safe limit. Forming limit diagram is used to solve the splitting defect. The defect is predicted based on the incremental simulation software based on FLD criteria and subsequent forming limit curve for the material.